We're just gonna get ready and do burpees this morning. You guys want to spend the morning with me? This is totally random and totally not very planned, but yeah, we're trying some new things. All right, let's do some burpees. Oops. And then you can just hang out with me for the morning. Okay, here we go. And I didn't put my hair back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Even though I'm sweating. Okay, that was 6. And now I'm sweating. I just dried my hair and then did those, so I'm like, okay. Just thought I would hang out with you guys this morning. Where I'm gonna make a new drink this morning. And actually, I like the cooler weather. I'm not a hot weather person. I got a new flavor. If you guys haven't tried this, okay, so I do this instead of coffee in the morning. I realize that with my body and the way it works, and I'm learning all kinds of things, that caffeine kind of revs me up too high, and then I have a crash at some point. Originally started with the raspberry lemonade. And so my brain potion, my focus potion in the morning is 1 scoop of this and 1 of these Sonic Zero Sugar Cherry Limeade. But I wanted to try something different. I decided to try 2 different flavors. I have the blue coconut and the lemon lime. It should be linked somewhere in this video. I'm gonna do the blue coconut, and then when I was on my live the other day, somebody suggested do that with the blue ocean water. Oh my gosh, that bird literally birds fly into my windows and stuff all the time. Does anybody know how to keep birds away from your house? Because it's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. Trying to make nests like everywhere. Okay. I'm all over the place. This is kind of this is a normal morning for me. I am a stay-at-home mom. My kids do school at home too. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of branching out and trying new things. So I'm also learning a lot about how my body works and trying to work with it instead of against it, if that makes sense. If anybody can relate to that. Okay, so today I'm gonna take one of these blue coconut flavors. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna mix one of these. I don't know how much water. I usually use more water than mixes say, just because they always feel a little bit too strong for me. I do want to try this on its own before I add the ocean water, because ooh, it got in the air and it kind of, okay. I do want to see what it tastes like on its own. This is real time. I have not tried this yet. I was only doing the raspberry lemonade. I don't even get coconut from that. I get more blue raspberry than coconut. But that's actually fine, because I wasn't sure if I really wanted a coconut forward flavored thing, especially when this is like a drink that I'll make first thing in the morning and I just drink it throughout the day. Sometimes So you can have up to 2 of these a day. A lot of people just have them before they go to bed because, you know, it's calm. It's for some people's systems. I probably, you know, might make them tired in the morning, but for me, I'm finding that everything's kind of opposite. So caffeine might rev me up a little bit, but not in a good way, and then I have a crash, where this calms my brain. You can kind of see I'm like, ooh. I mean, it's because I'm going live and stuff, so I get a little nervous, and I just did my burpees, and I dried my hair, so I was like overheated. But typically this is going to help my brain almost like take a deep breath, like my brain go more even, so that I can get the things done that I need to get done in a day or that I want to get done. Where before this, I mean, this has totally become part of my routine. Before this, it was challenging. But again, I was still, like, I'm off caffeine now. Before I was still doing caffeine because, I don't know, isn't that like, I was just doing what people do, right? If you think, oh, I need more focus or I need to get up and go, then you have the caffeine. And I've never been a coffee drinker, but energy drinks or whatever, stuff with caffeine. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. I have had this before and it's like, it was okay, but I kind of got excited to have a different option than the raspberry lemonade. So I'm just gonna mix it right in with this. This is the Ocean Water Zero Sugar Sonic pack. I'm also gonna be making my spaghetti sauce because we're having spaghetti for dinner. So I thought I would just log on and chat. Even if nobody chats with me, that's fine. It's totally fine. I'm not for everybody. I get it. I don't know. I'm just trying. I'm trying. This looks really blue. I will say I'm hesitant, but this cherry limeade tastes really good, so I'm having a hard time finding something else to mix with that satisfies my brain, and I'm like a drink person, you know? It's like cozy to me that I have my drink in the morning and work, whatever I'm doing at home. Okay, I gotta put some more water in this. And actually, I'll put more water in after I take my first drink. Okay, let's try. Ready? Oh, cheers. Interesting. All right, let me add some more water. It definitely tastes like more coconut, but I think it's from the ocean water. I have had this before, and it honestly, this drink just tastes like I mixed this. You can't necessarily even tell that this isn't here, but I will say this blue coconut one is very mild tasting. And maybe because I put more water in than it says, I feel like this raspberry lemonade one that I was using originally definitely has more flavor as far as like when I mix it with this. It doesn't just taste like cherry limeade. But, you know, it's good to have different sometimes, just to have a different option. It's good. I'm worried about the blue, if I'm being honest. I'm worried about like the coloring, but I can have either one. Oh yeah, and I have the lemon lime. I haven't heard many people talk about the lemon lime. I don't really know what I'm gonna mix it with yet, but I'm not trying that today just because I mixed this one. But anyways, that's my morning drink. And I'm gonna make my tomato sauce now too. So I'm gonna get that going. So I don't know, I'm just gonna hang out a typical or a morning for me. Being home, being a stay-at-home mom. My kids do school at home. I just gotta mix some more of the cleaner stuff. I always wipe off the top of my cans. Do you guys do that too? My brain's all over the place this morning. I don't know. I saw somewhere where, I don't know, something about wiping off the top of the cans, and I was like, you know, it's kind of true because they sit in a warehouse or they sit wherever and you never know. And then when you open it, does some of that stuff go into the, you know, the food itself? I don't know. But I always just wipe them off. It took me forever to figure out this spaghetti recipe, spaghetti sauce. But I figured it out finally.
Yeah, canned sauce is depressing.
So I do a pound of ground beef. I do carrot, onion. I grate everything because my family doesn't like chunks of like onion or like big chunks of things in stuff. So I started grating like the onion, and it gives it flavor without having like onion pieces in there. I don't know if it's easier or not, but that's what I do. And my stove makes a weird buzzing sound now, so if you hear that, that's what it is. Which is annoying because it's not that old. And then I just grate it. I just grate it all in while I'm cooking the meat. It's got to be real garlic. I don't like the jarlic, like the jarred garlic. When I'm making the sauce, I just want fresh garlic in it. And I also grate the garlic too. You know where I first saw that was Rachel Ray. She grated the garlic with a, oh, where's my grater? My hand, one of these hand graters. And I was like, well, that's a good idea, because I was never good at cutting garlic really small. Is it cold out?
Kinda.
Breezy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys gonna get back to work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be downstairs.
Okay, I'll be here cooking sauce. Can you just make sure this doesn't burn? I'm turning it way down. Actually, I could probably just turn it off. All right, I'll be right back. Here's the spatula if you need to stir it for me. Okay, I can take you guys back over there now. Let's see. So I just did the immersion blender. Oops. To make it smooth-ish. 2 cans of whole peeled. They have to be the San Marzano ones. I don't know why I wanted to do that. I just did. That's my ASMR brain that wants to do that with everything. Oregano, basil, parsley. I just eyeball it. I don't know how much I use. I do like the most of oregano. And then I do some basil. I didn't always, well, I don't typically eyeball if I'm following, but this is my own recipe that I've created over the years. So now I've made it enough that I can just wing it. I've screwed it up enough to know if I haven't added enough, or I don't think I've ever added too much, but I've screwed up enough to know kind of what works. That's the hardest part about coming up with recipes, because when you screw up and it doesn't taste good, and then you're like, oh, spent all that time making it, and then it's not good. All right, salt. And then like throughout the day, I taste it and usually have to add a little bit more salt and a little bit more sweetener, and I'll show you the sweetener I use. I use this. Yeah, caffeine just is not good for me. I used to drink it all the time, but I never realized that that was one of the things that was causing issues. So I completely cut it out, and I definitely feel more even. There's not so many like, all right, let's put the meat in there. Okay, this is what it looks like. I am the burpee queen. You know, I did my burpees live this morning. I'll still post it as a video. But I was feeling, I don't know, whatever it was this morning. So then throughout the day, I just stir it and taste it and make sure. Usually I have to add a little more salt and a little more sweet, kind of just throughout the day, just little bits until it's perfect. And I also have meatballs I put in a little bit later. I'll show you the meatballs I use. We are all gluten-free, dairy-free, well, mostly in this house, for sure, gluten-free. My one son's not, but whatever, 3 of us are. So I have to find meatballs that don't have breadcrumbs or something mixed into them. And so I found these, and they're really good. Because I also know I can make meatballs, but it's just something I don't want to do. There's some things I'm like, we just won't have meatballs. It's been really nice. It's been peaceful and just kind of like, these are kind of my mornings, and I love it. My kids do school at home. They do online school. And I've always, well, pretty much always worked at home. I knew I wanted to be home with my kids before I had kids. So I've usually done some sort of a transcription type job, either medical or now I type interviews. It helps with so many things. Like for me, again, it helps like calm my all over the place brain. It helps me like be able to focus. So I call this my focus potion or my brain potion, because when I started it and I think back to before, that's the biggest change that I've seen, is that I can start my day not spiraling already, because I can wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I have to do this. And then a lot of times I'm frozen from all the things that I have to do, and I don't do all the things, right? Like I get some of them done, but I was just feeling like, so I'll just be honest. It was like, why do I struggle? And I see these other people, and comparison is the thief of joy. I already know this, but these other, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so like I do work, but it's still, I'm home, so I'm like, and honestly, I will say the ASMR, there's specific people that get ASMR, right? And especially we do ASMR. Our brains are wired for more detail, and we think about things that other people might not think about throughout the day. I mean, there's so many things. I'm the type of person that is mentally stimulated all day long, because everything has a texture, a color, a sound, a feeling, a vibe. Like everything I look at, from the green grass out my window to the paint color on my walls. I always say, I always describe it as when I pick paint colors, the color of the paint matters. Like I always say, I don't know, it's in my head, I can't pick like demon red because not that I do actually have a red ceiling in my bathroom, but that would have such a horrible vibe for me, that the color could be beautiful, but because it's named that. So like my walls are marshmallow, the white that I picked, and that's very intentional because I feel like it's soft and cozy and all that kind of stuff. So my husband does not have a brain like me, so I can relate, but he's so patient and supportive because I realize I'm a lot, and I don't mean that as putting myself down, but like I'm a lot. And when I get going on something, a lot of times I don't verbalize it. I was just saying to Stan earlier, I'm like, I don't talk a lot in general unless I'm super passionate about something, or I don't know, I can get going, like I'm doing right now. I can sit here and talk about stuff. He's so open-minded and patient, and yes, he's the best. But he definitely does not understand a lot of what's going on in my brain. This is just like a tool that I'm adding to my toolkit, this drink, and it's been one of the best ones, if I'm just being honest, without being fake like I'm trying to push it. It's like, honestly, I know there's other people out there like me that are searching for something, or they're ready to try something different, or because it's really outside the norm, right? To not just get up and have caffeine or whatever in the morning. I've never been a coffee drinker, but he is definitely wired different. And my kids, you know, this is all learning for them too. And so my one son is definitely like me, and my other son is definitely like my husband. And so it's neat, you know, because I'm able to like help them and teach them how to navigate as they grow up. Just with people in general, that not everybody has the same brain. Not everybody thinks of things the same. Not everybody, like, I mean, truly everybody's different, and doesn't mean there's anything wrong, you know, it just means you're where you're at, they're where they're at, and part of it is just learning how to navigate, you know, like in relationships and friendships and all that, is just having that baseline understanding that not everybody's the same is huge. It really is, because it sounds like duh, but it really isn't, you know, to a lot of people. As a parent, I just have a different viewpoint than I did before, where I kind of just didn't talk a lot about a lot of stuff. And now I'm like, communication is everything, whether it's with your kids, whether it's with your spouse, and especially when you have a neurodivergent brain and a non-neuro or a neurotypical brain in a relationship or friendship or whatever it is. It's different. Communication is key for everything, 100%. Like, it's the number one thing, because so many issues can boil down to just lack of communication. People assuming things, people just not hearing somebody out, not just really putting on their listening ears. I always think of Judge Judy when I say that. Put on your listening ears. But if you can always talk to people, then I just feel like it doesn't mean you don't have your differences. It doesn't mean that things always work out. But if you have communication, then you can at least, you have a direction you can go as long as you're talking. Stretchy, crunchy slime. I want some. And I also tried making my own slime, but that's not, I don't know. Some things I am thinking about going live tonight for ASMR too. Thursdays typically are my day that I feel like my brain can, it's like towards the end of the week and I can, okay, I'll see you guys next time I'm on. Okay, bye.